Taratatata. Trešā daļa klāt mums ir. Trešā daļa ir klāt. Yeah. Kopīgosim. Turpinām iesākto. Jāaiziet varbūt apgriedoties, pirms mēs ejam tur bija tādi stiprāk tie mošķi. Vai grūti garām bija tikt. Bet, nu jā. Es jau esmu dziļi iekšā, laikam. Tad jau esmu tik uz priekšu. Nav ko iet atpakaļ. Wow. Influenza, frequently complicated with pneumonia, in any case of Spanish flu, stay at home. Some sleeves, you see. Aluminium powder.
Please open the door, sir. I'd step back, sir. Go on, off you trot.
Nekā šaujam nav. Vien Godi katram.
Mine! I'll take it!
Šau palieko.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. The God grew more and more over the years. Where did you go?
This is my first control.
What?
Over there!
Oh no.
Shit, that leech is... We have to stop it! Die, vermin!
Let it go home, sir. Turn around, sir. drive you.
Čau. Čau, čau, es neredzēju, ka tu raksti. Tiešām atvainojos tā. Nav tā, ka es esmu nepieklīgs redzēt. Smagi cīnos. Smaga cīņa tie ir. Ļoti smagi. Jā, tās ir bumbas. Čau, 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 čau. Čau, 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 čau. Super, duper. Beidzot es viņu novācu, vakardien nevarēju. Tā, vajadzētu tikt kaut kur dzīvē arī uz priekšu. Māksla, tas smiks palika un aizgāja uz podu, viņš jau vispār neko nav teicis. Māksla kā sēž uz podu, tā sēž uz podu, viņš jau nav no viņa nolīdz nāst.
I cannot enter.
Viņš nevar tur ieiet, Torha. Nu nevar viņš tur tikt iekšā. Lai kā arī gribētu, vai kur te viņš tiks. Un te arī jāiet uz filmu.
Whitechapel.
No.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
So, mērabūsim. Jā. Oho, oho. Jā, tiešām. Tiešām jūs te. Super Mario Bros. Maratona. Kāds tas ir? Visādas lapiņas, viņas visas vienādas. Your king and country need you, join the British ranks and help the brave lads on the front. Lai uzdod vēlreiz, kāds īsti bija tas jautājums, bet tur bija par to maratonu Mario Bros. Viņi tur nošauja viens otru. Tu džekiņ. Kas te tikko bija?
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can
precīzi.
help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the
10
Pembroke
kilogramiem.
Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her.
Zini par kaut ko
She's
par
pretty, I'll
Dorotiju
keep an eye
Kreinu. Ko? Māri. Nē,
What
bet kaut
happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
So,
Goodbye, young man.
goodbye, young man.
I'm a drunk arsehole littering the
Dzīvo
streets.
tālāk.
Not me.
Vajag atrast māsiņu.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her
Forts
too.
nesako, tu esi kaut
I
ko
need some
dzirdējis.
pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Sweet, tas ir
Really?
labi, bet tu esi dzirdējis.
And why is that?
Word
par
is she ain't
Dorothy
real.
Crane.
She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Oho.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
Viņš jau galīgā
You don't have anywhere to
Vārtavē,
go.
kā viņš klaunās.
No family that would welcome you.
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Vienkārši bens.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What is it,
So go.
Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. Coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane? Really?
Word.
A gun, alcohol.
Bye bye, Palmer. Mēģināšu atrast Dorotiju.
Good evening, miss.
Tā
Good
tāda.
evening, sir.
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Oh. Sure. jāatrod. Nursene, Kreine. Tuk tuk.
What? What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
Nevar nozīt vārdu.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time for you, sir.
Paldies. Tikko uztaisīju vakariņas, vienkārši burvīgas. Smažu vienkārši debšu.
There's nobody here.
Ai, jākā.
I will return later.
Kur tev ir šī tagad?
When science fails you.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Nu, viņa darbības, kas tieši.
It's locked, all right.
Ups, tur neiesim pagaidām.
I prefer not to give you another beating.
Kas notika?
I should never have taken up my father's business. Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then? I always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes. Those bloody immigrants should know their place, eh? How dare they do a better job than the lazy natives of this land?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Miss Focus. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Jā, viņš darīs, ko gribēs.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. said I should go out more.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Labi. Ja baidās, tā baidās.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Es tam bišķiņ pazakšu, kamēr tu te stāvi. Kas patīk sapni, kas viņam nepatīk.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Kaut ko uztaisīt tagad. Okay.
It's locked.
suffering in this world.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
I have this thirst for blood.
That was so hard out in here. Vajadzētu katru tādu uztaisīt. Kur tas viss izvadīja? Oi. Kas te notiek, kas te ir? Nesaprotu. Šodien nepietiks. Šovakar.